What is up, guys? It is Jasmine. Welcome to my channel. If you are new, welcome back. If you are not, I'm thinking if you're new to my channel, you may have noticed my comment on Daisy Marquez's video and you found this. I just wanted to make an update video on her update video because I almost want to say I retract everything that I said in that first video. I am scared for her. And I more or less just kind of want to make a video so that somebody can get the message to her that she needs to get some sort of help and quickly, because I feel like she's in a dangerous situation and it doesn't matter if she only has 2 weeks left in the apartment. The more that she's talking about it, the more that I'm worried that whatever is in her apartment is malevolent. The first time that I made the video, I said that I thought it was just a mix of energy and that she was an empath and that she was kind of sensing it. I now think that it's something a lot darker and I am scared for her, as I said earlier. When I said that she needed a sage before, luckily somehow, some way, she decided that she needed a sage. I think it was through her sister, which is good. What I think is wrong with the fact that she's saging is that she's saging out of fear. When you're saging, you have to be in a good state of mind. When you sage a space, you remove all energy. It doesn't matter if it's good energy or bad energy, it removes energy. And if you're saging out of fear, all you're doing is filling that energy up with fearful energy. And negative entities thrive on fear and on negativity. So I think what she needs to do is she needs to get someone else to step in and sage for her that has no personal attachment to her or the apartment. They need to be a neutral person. That way they can more or less walk in not having any previous experiences and not be saging out of fear. The fact that the shirt was moving and as soon as she started filming it, the shirt stopped moving, told me that this is not a residual haunting. A lot of times when there's a haunting, it's just energy that's stuck there and it almost like repeats itself. This isn't intelligent. This is an actual entity. It's not just a residual thing. When you're driving, when you hear stories of a lot of people drive down the same street and they see the woman in white and she runs in front of their car, that I would consider residual energy. It just repeats itself. It's in a circle. This is intelligent. This knew she was going to film and this stopped, and that scares me. The fact that she said that the bananas got brown the exact next day and that flowers die again tells me that there is something negative in that house. And when I say negative, I want to say the D word, and I'm sure you know what I'm talking about, but I don't want to say that word. I don't want to give it power, but I'm very concerned that, like I said, like if the bananas are going bad overnight and flowers aren't thriving there, nothing's thriving there, there is that heavy, evil energy, and she needs to be careful. The only thing I could think of is what would I do if I was in her situation. And what I think I would do personally is I would hold as many dark stones on my body as possible. Dark stones absorb negative energy. I have a video that I had posted on here a while back, and I went to a cemetery to go ghost hunting, and the only black stone that I was carrying with me was cracked in half. And I truly believe that that stone was cracked in half because it absorbed that negative energy and it protected me. If I were in her situation, I would have multiple dark stones. Black obsidian is my #1 go-to. Black obsidian, black tourmaline, onyx, jet. Anything that's dark. You could go get dark river stones. Carry dark stones on your body. Put them in your bra. That's what I would do, #1. You can also use any of those same stones and you can put them in each corner of your apartment. And that should kind of keep the negativity out. I personally would also add some rose quartz into the bag that you keep your dark stones in. That way you can still hold on to the love. Like, rose quartz is a love crystal. It's for self-love. It's for attracting love. And I feel like with all of those black stones to absorb that negative energy. You should have a positive stone in there too. I also think that your best bet would be to get somebody who is a little more experienced dealing with these kind of things to come to your house and to help you, because I think that this is a little bit bigger than you understand, and I think that this is a little bit bigger than what you can handle. No offense, but I can tell from your videos that you're a very, very nice girl, and that you have a really good aura, and that thing is intimidated by you, is feeding on you, and it's scaring you so that your aura is weaker and so that it can prey on you, and I'm scared. The fact that it's following you outside of the house really scares me. It's not energy. I was wrong. It is not. It is most definitely something evil. And I don't care what anybody says. I truly believe that it's something evil. If it followed you and your sister to your friend's house, and the cat was afraid to get near you, and your sister was having all of those feelings, you were definitely being attacked. And it scares me that it's powerful enough to leave. Some other suggestions I have, and I'm sorry that this is all kind of bouncing around. I was taking notes as I was watching her video. You can also hang bells around your house. Hang bells on all of the doors. It doesn't matter if they're jingle bells. I don't care if they are I don't care. Christmas bells, regular bells, bells that you can ring, any kind of bell you can get your hand on. Go to a craft store. They have bells galore. I don't care if they're little bells, big bells, does not matter. Hang up as many bells as you can in your house. I know that sounds crazy, but for some reason, bells deter evil things. Florida water would be another one to get. If you can get some Florida water and you can put it in a spray bottle and just spray it all over your house, some Florida water will definitely help you out and will hopefully help get rid of whatever is in there. You can also spray Florida water on yourself. Also black salt. If you can get black salt and you put it in the doorways. I don't know if you've ever seen the Skeleton Key, and they use brick dust to be able to keep people out. Same thing with black salt. You can use it in small spaces to protect you. You can put it in doorways so things can't enter certain rooms. You can do that. Black salt is semi-expensive, but it's so worth it if you're going to be there the next 2 weeks. I think maybe by the time this is posted, it's like a week, but still, but I'm really worried that it's going to follow her, and that's what's scaring me. As I said before in my last video, burn Palo Santo. You have got to burn Palo Santo, because that doesn't just clear the energy, but it pulls in positive energy, and I feel like she needs as much positive energy as she can possibly get right now. I mean, she needs all the positive energy she can get. I am so worried for her. I'm actually freaked out, and I don't normally get freaked out like this. Another thing I can say is try burning those 7-day candles. You know, the ones and they have like the Virgin of Guadalupe on there, or they have like Jesus, or like all of the saints. Get those and burn them and keep them burned. I would burn one in every room, because it seems like you have a very firm belief in either Christianity or Catholicism, and you need to burn those. They burn for 7 days, hence why they're called a 7-day candle. And I think that as long as you're home, you should be able to burn them. I'm worried about you leaving them burning when you leave the house, only because I don't know what this thing's about. But if you're home, keep them lit when you're at home. I also would suggest that maybe you should burn a double action candle, and that is going to be red on the bottom and black on the top. And if you burn that, it more or less is going to reverse anything that somebody did to you. Something tells me that because she's so beautiful and she's so successful, I'm wondering if someone kind of sent her, I don't know how, the best way is the ojo. My dad used to tell me all the time, and he would talk to me about the ojo and everything, and more or less it's like a jealous eye, if that makes sense. And I'm wondering if even intentionally or unknowingly somebody's hating on her and they're sending that energy, or somebody is really angry at her and they sent that thing to her house. I'm not quite sure, because she did mention it was weird when she got there, but I find it interesting that it all started kind of picking up around the time that she was going through a breakup. Again, I don't watch her like that, so I don't know all of her life. Sorry, I really am. I don't have time to catch up on those videos and stuff, but she seems like a very nice girl, and I'm wondering if somebody did something to her and that's why that's in her house. And so I'm wondering if she could use a double action candle again. That's like, it's red on the bottom and then it's black on the top, and you burn it and it's supposed to reverse anything that somebody's done to you. Also, find whatever it is that you believe in. If it's Jesus Christ, if it's the Virgin Mary, if it's crystals, if it's whatever it is. There's so many different belief systems, I don't want to get into it, but you need to find out what you believe. And you need to hold on to that, and you need to use it against whatever is there. Because it's all about intention. It doesn't matter. You could believe in the flying spaghetti monster. And if you truly believe in the flying spaghetti monster, that will protect you because you are stronger than whatever is there, if that makes any sense. So like, I think she needs to figure out what she believes in, and she needs to like hold on to it, and she needs to embrace it, and she needs to get power from it, if that makes sense. And as I said earlier, I'm worried that it's going to leave with her. I'm worried that she is going to move and it is going to just go with her. The fact that it left with her to the friend's house makes me think that it's not going to stay there. Like, I think she thinks that once she moves, everything's going to be fine, and I don't think that's the case. I'm really scared it's just going to go with her. I think she needs to definitely seek out some sort of healer. If this doesn't stop when she moves, she needs to figure out a way to get rid of it. And then I figured I would talk to you guys about signs that something evil is near you, and it kind of scares me how many things happened that she's talked about. Number 1, things happen around 3 a.m. She said multiple things have happened around 3 a.m. Things happen in threes. Again, things have been happening in threes. The knock, knock, knock. That was 3. Headache, dizziness, nausea, blurred vision. All signs of a stroke. All signs of a evil. All signs of something evil. Being touched. Things that are good do not touch you. The only things that really want to put their hands on you are things that are malevolent. Do not ever believe that something's touching you because it is nice. That's called personal space. You don't walk up to strangers and touch them, do you? That's not something good. The fruit rotting and the flowers, again, those are huge signs that something is not okay. That is scary. I was dealing with something in my house for a little bit, and my fruit was going bad within a day or 2 days sometimes, and I knew that meant that there was something negative in my house, and it was just feeding off of everything, and it was just dark, and everything was just dying around it, along with my sanity. Plants dying is another one, as I said. Electrical devices malfunctioning. Her camera's turning off. Her heater thermostat was all messed up. I think she talked about something else happening electrical. Those are all things that are not okay. Like, negative things feed off of energy. Negative things feed off of electricity. So it would make sense that whatever's in your house and is touching the electrical is also not something good. Also, the smell of death and lots of flies. I don't know if she's experienced either of that, but a lot of times there's a terrible sulfurous death stench that is attributed to evil things. That's usually like a pretty evil thing, though. I don't think a lot of us experience that, but the lots of flies and the smell is a serious sign. Animals avoiding certain areas that the entity is in, or avoiding people that the entity is attached to. And I find it really interesting that that cat was just staring at her and then was fine after her sister prayed. Like, that scared the bejeebus out of me. I was like, oh shit. If you close your eyes, you feel like you're being watched. She says she always feels like she's being watched. That scares me. Slamming doors and windows. That's another one. She's had her door opening and closing all the time. That's a huge one. Things blatantly being moved. Things blatantly being dropped. You know? Things like that. And the last but not least is whispers and growls. And I know when I made the first video I said that you know, I didn't know exactly what the whisper was, but now I'm really starting. I was trying not to go there. I was trying to not think of it as the scariest, evilest thing in my first video, but the more she's talking about it, the more I'm watching it, the more I'm doing research, the more I'm thinking that this thing is not okay, and the fact that she's hearing it scares me. And this, I think, is what scared me the most, is really looking back on it, I more or less wanted to make excuses for everything that was happening, but demons are attracted to places where people have committed suicide or have been murdered, people that have played with black magic, places where there's a lot of depression and anxiety, and they also target people who have drug addictions or in areas where drug addiction is rampant. So I don't know exactly what's happened in some of the other apartments, but we have to take into consideration that like it's her whole building. So there's multiple things that are going on in multiple apartments, and I still haven't quite figured out why it's latching onto her. I truly think it's because she's just such a innocent person and it feeds off of that. But just delving into more information and reading more of my books, I'm coming to the conclusion that this is a lot scarier than I thought it was, and I really need her to hopefully find somebody to help her, find somebody to sage, find somebody to vanquish whatever it is that's attached to her. I'm going to be lighting candles for her. I'm going to be sending positive vibes her way in hopes that it's going to help her. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, please go ahead and give it a like. Please subscribe, and I'll see you on my next one. Bye!